Hey everyone, today we're going to overview how you manage your server. The reason why you'd manage your server is to modify mod files or configuration files on the server to make it do some pretty cool stuff. Okay, so to get started, let's go to spudservers.com here and then log in, and then we'll hit My Servers, which will be a list of servers that you have deployed and that you own. We'll go ahead and hit this server here, and I'll explain how you connect. So on the server connection and actions side of these webpage, this structure string will get you connected over SSH. I'll show you how to do that, and then connect over VS Code. But let's demo how you do it over SSH. And to copy that string, there's a little nifty button. Hit copy. And open up a new terminal over here, and we'll hit paste, and enter. And if you haven't connected to it, it's going to say, hey, do you trust the source? Blah, blah, blah. Just hit yes. And then it's asking for a password. The same thing with the SSH password down here. And right click, paste, enter, and then blam. You're totally in. And you're connected as Spud, and this is the login name of your account, or username of your account, and this is the game server, and then some random strings that I used for things. And now every game server is going to have specific documentation on where the game server files are hosted. For CS source, they're under CS server, under the root directory. And this is where you'd find everything about the server. Game server files. I mean, it's everything that makes up that that application here. And you can like, this is where you change everything. You can totally do it in the terminal, but what I find more convenient is using VS Code, and I will show you how to do that now. Not like that. So if you open up VS Code, and if you're not familiar, I'm going to overview the extension that I'm leveraging to make this work. So if you're not familiar with VS Code, you won't have this Remote Explorer icon. That is an extension that you can download from the extensions icon, which is basically like a search tool for extensions, where you can manage your installed extensions or uninstall them, or yeah. Anyway. So if you type in Remote Explorer, wait just a few seconds and hit this one. It's very popular, 13 million downloads. It's made by Microsoft. I use it professionally and casually. It's very trusted and loved connection tool. And what it does is it tries to create an experience like you're developing locally, but you're actually developing on a remote server. And that's what's going to make it really cool for this setup. Now, this config file is revealed when you hit this gear icon, and then you hit this path that is configured for SSH. And if you open up that, it'll open up this file, and then you can start customizing that config file. And these settings reflect what's displayed on the server connections and actions window. So the host can be anything. You can label it whatever you want. The host name is the IP address of the server, and you can get that here or here. Now the port, we have to make sure we are specifying the correct port. This port is for connecting with the game client. This port is to connect over SSH into the server that's running the game service. And this is what we want down here. And so we're set up, ready to go. And we're going to connect in the current window that we're running with. And we're prompted for a password, which is perfect. We're going to copy that password like so. And hit paste, enter. And then now the client for VS Code is going to be starting up. So we have our terminal already, which is cool. And we're back to where we were with SSH. We can do ls, CSS, we have the same stuff. But the powerful thing comes from the editor. And we're going to open a folder. And since we own the whole thing, we're going to open up the root directory. And the root directory has literally everything. There isn't anything that you couldn't touch with the server now. So you can touch anything you want. Now, I advise only to touch the game files. Also in the documentation, will tell you what data will persist if the server has been rebooted. And intentionally, I only persist the data that's related to the game server directory. So if you modify something else, like change, I don't know, whatever else that's out here, it won't persist because it's not writing to a persistent storage. Now this is all persistent. So if you do change your files, upload files to this game server, it'll stay after a reboot. It's always going to be there. But yeah, if you're familiar with Counter-Strike Source and modding, you might already see like you can upload maps here. There's other config files you can change. Just game config. It's going to be like this for every game server that I host. I'll specify where the game files are stored and how you connect to it, and then you'll use your knowledge to modify it. All right, guys, that is it. So I overviewed how you connect to your game server over SSH and VS Code. All right, guys, thank you so much.